Oh, hello all, Munch here, and welcome back to Season 2 of Getting Hammered. It's been a big summer. After last year finishing 7th in the league, we have actually qualified, we have had the opportunity to qualify for the Europa League, and that means going through all the qualifying rounds, so actually we've started the season quite early. I will show you the results and what we've been doing over the summer, but most importantly, summer means summer transfer window. And there's a few changes to the team. There's quite a lot. I won't lie, we've spent over £100 million. I went a bit mad. We had a budget of £70 million. So a few names have gone out, quite a few have come in, and I have to say I'm very happy with the summer's business, but I'm going to let you decide once I've shown you who we bought in. So let's start with the outs then. Number one, you can see here, Javier Chicharito Hernandez, who barely played last year, didn't really get much of a look in the team. Didn't really perform either when he came on. He is going to, he's gone. He's gone to Newcastle for just under £12 million, £11.25 million, which I think is not a bad deal. If you look at the history of when he was with us, really, he played 22 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists, a 6.73 rating. He didn't suit the way I wanted to play a team. It's not that he's a bad player, he just didn't suit the way that I want to play with one up top. Pedro Obiang, as well as another player who's gone to West Brom for £7.5 million, and I didn't see much of a use for Obiang, and I thought we could get better options elsewhere, and you'll see who we got in, because one of them I am delighted with. Also, apologies for the sound you can hear outside. I'm trying a new angle, so you're actually nearer the window now, because now you can see my face, and also the glare on the, oh wow, look at that, and the glare on the glasses. So, anyway, this is a Football Manager video. Robert Snodgrass came back, then left. He's gone to Sevilla for £7.5 million. Kiate's gone for 3.8. Edmilson Fernandez recently gone for 3.5. Jordan Hugill never really got much of a look in, but wasn't really the standard of striker I was after. He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday for £2 million. And Sam Barham's also gone for 1.9 million. The main ones there, obviously, for money-wise coming in is Hernandez and Obiang. From the loan side, you've got most of the youngsters have gone out. You've got Tony Martinez, Hector Ingram, Josh Cullen. Haksabanovic has gone to Aston Villa. He played very well towards the end of the next year, but I couldn't guarantee him first-team football, and I want to keep hold of him, so I've sent him out on loan to Villa to go off and get a year under his belt when he comes back in next year. I'm 99% sure that he is going to come in and really do the trick for us and be a really useful player. Declan Rice follows a similar mould. Good player, good utility player, but he was never really going to challenge much for the first team, so he is gone. Number one coming in is Ezekiel Barco. He's a very, very, very talented young man. He came into us for, I can't remember what fee I paid for him, £14.5 million we paid to Atlanta United out in the MLS. Very odd that an MLS player will come here to the UK to make his start, but you look at some of these stats here, I mean, physically incredible. 14 acceleration, 14 agility, balance, natural fitness, pace of 13. He's only going to get quicker as well as he gets older. Stamina of 16, strength of 14, which I think is the crucial thing there. Pacey but strong. Even the technicals, there's 14s everywhere you look. Corners, crossing, dribbling, passing, technique, work rate, vision. In terms of their mental stats, you've got 16 bravery, 18 determination, 16 flair. The lad could be an absolute superstar, and he can play anywhere in that attacking midfielder position, left, right, centre, even as a centre mid. Maybe I'm going to try and maybe get him up as a forward later on in his career. Had to send him off to Venlo to get his work permit, but Ezekiel Barco is one to watch out for. Very excited. 14.5 might seem like a snip later on. One that has kind of come under the radar, and I've really looked, because I think that even though we did well in the first season to get to 7th, to break into that top 6 is going to take a few seasons, I think. You know, one good year in the Premier League does not guarantee you another good year the next year. You know, you can go from being 7th to 17th. It's literally like that in the Premier League. If you're not one of the top 6 clubs, you are out in the free-for-all. But anyway, Islam Hassan, who we brought in, he's an 18-year-old Egyptian centre mid. Some really good stats here when you're looking at youngsters. 18 bravery, balance, looks quite good, technically gifted. He's only 18, so obviously a lot of tread to go on him. We got him in from Al Ali in Egypt. I believe, Al Ali in Egypt. Another one that's gone off to Venlo, one to look forward to the future. Bought him for 575k, so that's not a bad deal. And the last sort of youngster that we bought in is a chap called Emmanuel Uche, who is a Nigerian goalkeeper. This one I'm less sure about, I won't lie, I'm a little less sure about it. We got him in from Enyimba in Nigeria. where he actually had some pretty good stats. He made 13 appearances, conceded 14 goals, but played at 7.29 and a 7.8 the whole way through. So actually, I think, looking at it here, he's got some quite nice, well-rounded stats. Again, the mentals are pretty good at this age. I think we've got some good youngsters on the way through. He's another one that has to go off and get a work permit, but I'm pretty sure that we've got 3 really good players for the future. Barker is definitely a good signing for the future. He would be in the first team if I could get him without a work permit. So, the other ins, moving on. I'll start with, we've got 2 loan signings in, and there is one department where we are a little bit short, and I'm sure you'll see it when I bring up the squad list. It's up front, because you look at the name I've got here on the screen. Dominic Solanke has come in from Liverpool. And he's a very well-rounded striker, only 2.5 star current ability, but potentially up to about 4.5, which is pretty good by all accounts. And having said that, without giving too much away, he's made a pretty good start to his career. I'll show you in when we go through the schedules, but he's already banged in a few goals, but he is playing at the moment as our number 1 striker, so that's sort of how the standard that we're looking at, to be honest. But I like Dominic Solanke, so I think he's got plenty of potential. The other striker that we've loaned in is one that most FIFA players will be very excited about, which is a chap called Moise Kean from Juventus. These are the kind of big guns that we're going for now. Champions League teams lending us their players. I mean, you look at the physicals: 15 acceleration, 15 agility, 13 strength, 18 natural fitness. Technically not bad either. Mentally alright, but he could probably use a bit of work. He's got what you need in terms of striker. Off the ball is very good. Composure's not too bad as well at 12. There is a free sign, and I'm going to wait till the end because I think he is an absolute bargain, and I hope you agree with me. We paid £4 million for Felix Aduokai. I'm not going to enjoy saying that name too much, but he is going to be one of my first team defenders. Central defender, very, very solid. Got £4 million from Wolfsburg. I mean, if you just look at these physicals, just excite me incredibly. And even his technicals are very good. 15 marking, tackling of 14, heading 13. You know, they're pretty good outside the top 6 ratings. More importantly, he's 20 years old, and his potential could rise dramatically. He's going to be excellent. Him and De Ligt as the 2 centre defenders. We've got a really good partnership there going forward. Very excited about Felix. I might just actually, you know what, I am going to just call him Felix. Let's just call him Felix, so I don't have to keep saying Aduokai. Not that I'm ignorant, I'm going to mess it up, and then I'm just going to be subject to loads of comments in the section. One of my favourite players that I've signed, I like all my signings this year actually so far. I'm really, really happy with this. I hope you all appreciate just how excited I am. Sergio Oliveira from Porto. I mean, look at this. Look at this! All well-rounded. 3.5 star ability, 3.5 star, 26 years old, from Portugal. Got him for £7 million. It's a bargain. Absolute bargain. Bring him in. He's been brilliant. He's going to be playing the sort of playmaker role. So, not what Mario was playing, but more what Noble was playing towards the back end of last year. But now he's a deep line playmaker rather than just a central midfielder. So, I'm very excited about Sergio Oliveira. He's made a really... Well, I'm hoping he's going to make a very good start to his career here and just knit it all together nicely. After that, we've got... it's a sign. I bought him in for £7.5 million and he still can't get ahead of Dominic Solanke. Don't hate me, comment section. But Saido Berahino has joined West Ham. Yeah. We only had Solanke, Keane and Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll will probably get injured the minute he steps on a football field. So, pitch. Same thing, ish. So, I needed another striker. Berahino was transfer listed, can't imagine why. And yeah, I don't know why. I thought 7.5 million. Not a bad deal. We've taken him online. My scout lied to me. He said he could become a leading Premier League goal scorer. The minute he's arrived in my team, my assistant manager has said, nope, he's not getting any better than 2.5 stars, so only time will tell who you believe, but he's alright, he's got some well-rounded stats. He's playing more of a poacher, so part of me thinks that maybe I've been a bit of an idiot and signed another Hernandez, but not as good. We shall see, only time will tell with Saido Berahino. Less convinced on that one. One player I'm very happy to have is Batman's utility belt. It is James Milner, Granite Jim. I mean, he is what he says on the tin. I needed someone with the Europa League this year, potentially, if obviously we qualify for it. we need someone that's going to play everywhere. And Jimmy Milner just ticks all those boxes. He was transfer listed at Liverpool. I bought him for £10.5 million, which I don't think is too bad. 32 years old, still pretty much in his, just towards the tail end of his prime years, but he brings experience, he's won stuff, he can play anywhere. Jimmy Milner ticks all my kind of boxes for what you want in a footballer, and he is now in the van. And now we get to the big guns. We have 4 more signings left. All of these are over £20 million. So I'll show you, because you might be thinking where we really struggled last year, and that was at the back. Obviously we've signed Felix, but where are all your other players, Mike, especially in the fullback position? Ta-da! Mitchell Weiser from Hertha Berlin. £20 million we paid for him, and excited doesn't quite describe it at the moment. He can play anywhere along the right and anywhere along the left. Acceleration is 16, pace 15, very strong. Not very strong. He's not very strong. He's only got 8 strength. Very quick, very pacey, very good technically. Going to be better going forward than Zabaleta, I think. Pablo was good, brought a bit of experience. Didn't quite. He was just a bit old. Do you know what I mean? He was tailing off very, very quickly. Started the season okay, and then it just completely unravelled as it went along. And I was really struggling in the right back position. So I'm hoping that Mitchell Weiser will sort that problem. 24-year-old German. Can't go much wrong than that, can you? Speaking of Germans, I'm all out of faith. It's Timo Horn. I will warn you, there may be a rendition of Nathalie Brulier's Torn every time I see Timo Horn. I absolutely love it. And I love Timo Horn. I think he's brilliant. 25-year-old German. Came in from Cologne. He's done absolutely brilliantly in his career. He is a super goalkeeper, and I think he's only going to get better. He's obviously an improvement on Joe Hart and Adrian and Danny Ward. This is going to be my number 1 keeper. He's already injured for 3 to 4 weeks, which is a bit annoying. So you won't see him in this episode, but hopefully we'll see him for years to come going forward. Only on $52,000 a year. Best thing about the Bundesliga players is that they don't really want that much money in comparison to what you'd be paying like Premier League. Sardar Berahino is going to play maybe a quarter of the games with him, and he's on only £6,000 less. So my negotiating skills are not superb. And our biggest signing sort of ticks 2 boxes really in the defence. Welcome Clement Lenglet. Lenglet or Lenglet? No, Lenglet. I'm going to say Lenglet. Sevillan, not Sevillan, French from Sevilla. Bought him for £24 million. I think he's just brilliant. He does everything that he says on the tin. Another one who's got super potential. He was very expensive. Obviously, £24 million, 75k out of the wage budget has gone toward him. But he can play as a centre back and a left back. At the moment, I've got him playing left back because I've still got De Ligt and Felix in the middle, and then you've got Clement on the left. So I'm hoping that he can make that transition. Sometimes when we need to switch it free at the back, we're so much better in terms of squad depth now than we were before. And you must be thinking, well, what can get better than that, Mike? Really? I tried to sign MikeRo and Fellaini on a free because he ran out of his contract. And at the same time I was trying to sign him and I failed because Leicester got him instead. And I sort of bottled it. I didn't offer him that much money. But then another player that came out of contract suddenly came up, and I thought, ooh, I might have a bit of that. And that player is Jack Wilshere. Bear with me, alright? He's on 70k a week, but we got him for free, okay? He's 4-star potential ability as well. He probably will get slightly better because he is still only 26 years old. His prime years are still ahead of him. If I can keep him fit, this is a no-brainer. This is a ingenious signing. Suddenly the midfield goes from being Mario, Noble and Obiang to being Wilshere, Milner, the guy I got from Porto, I can't remember. I've signed some players, I can't remember his name. Oliveira, and Marky Noble. We've suddenly got so many options. But to go back to Jack Wilshere, I mean, look at him. It's magic. I'm so happy that we got him on a free. I cannot believe it. And he can play anywhere in the midfield as well. So again, versatility. We're going to need it this year. I needed to spend big to try and make a fist of it in the Europa League. We also went for a takeover over the summer, and there was a stage where they were telling me that I might get sacked because the new manager, new chairman, didn't have that much faith in me. And I thought, you must be joking. I got them to the bloody 7th last year. 7th. Call me Sean Dyche. I'm nowhere near as good as Sean. That's an incredible job. So yeah, the expectation from this year is that the minimum expectation in the Premier League is to finish in the top half, which I think is fair enough. With the signings we made, I'm very confident we can do that. 5th round of the FA Cup, again, you'd expect that we should be alright. 4th of the Carabao Cup, and the Europa League, we have to reach the 2nd knockout round. So as you can see here, we've had quite a lot of friendlies, and we also came in some of the qualifying rounds in the Europa League. I hope you don't mind, I just cracked on and got on with it, to be honest, because some of these games weren't exactly the most exciting in the world. I just wanted to get to the start of the Premier League season. As you can tell, we did alright in the friendlies. We actually had quite mixed results against the teams. It wasn't brilliant, but then when I made the signings and they all came in, suddenly results ticked up. A 6-1 win against Hodved away from home, but you'd expect that. Then we won 2-1, slightly weaker team than before. Only won 1-0 at home to Rosenborg. The one away to Rosenborg was actually more impressive because Mark Noble was sent off after 10 minutes. So we actually managed to win from 10 men and played 80 minutes of that game with only 10. Dominic Solanke, as you can tell here, has been very good. He's scored in 3 of the 4 games he's been involved in. It's not been a bad start. In terms of what we're going to do today, obviously I've rambled on a lot about the transfers, so we are going to play the Swansea game, and then we'll figure out where we come back afterwards. I'm not going to include the Europa League qualifier in this episode. We may come back for the away game against Ferreira Rocher, and then we might play the game against United as well. But without further ado then, I'll show you how the team now lines up. So here it is. I think we can all agree it looks a lot better than it did last year, with the exception of Danny Ward. Hang on a minute, I've got to turn the filters off. I've got my under 23s in there. With the exception of Danny Ward, with the exception of Danny Ward being in goal, you look at it here. Timo Horn obviously injured at the moment. We've got Jimmy Milner on the reserves. That's because he's injured as well. I've had a lot of injuries recently. But the team looks a lot better. We've suddenly got almost an entire new back four of Weiser, De Ligt, Felix and Longley. And then you've got Mark Noble playing as a half-back, along with Oliveira and Jack Wilshere as a midfield three, which I think is a really, really strong midfield three. You add Jimmy Milner into that, and suddenly we're looking... wow. And then up front, it's not too dissimilar. The only thing now is that you've got Solanke up front instead of Arnautovic, who's moved up to the left. Torgan Hazard is actually on the bench. He wants to move to a bigger club. I'm talking through him with it at the moment. I'm quite resigned to the fact we're probably going to lose him at some stage, but for the time being, he's just going to have to suck it up and get on with it, I think, is probably the best way of putting it. On the bench, then we've got Cresswell, Adrian, Reece Oxford has come back from Mönchengladbach, so that's even more defensive solidarity. Torgan Hazard, like I said, is on the bench, along with Antonio, Andy Carroll and Moise Keane. In the reserves now, we have Horn, Ogbonna, Zabaleta, Milner, Masuaku and Saido Berahino. Masuaku is not very happy with me because I couldn't fit him into the Europa League squad. I can't see him getting in ahead of Clement or Aaron Cresswell. Just saying. So, first game against Swansea of the new season. Let's see how we get on. Now, I really want to start the season well. I want to be on it this year. I think another 7th place finish would be solid. But, oh God, that's not gone great. Let's try and rectify it. Sort of not to my best team talk. Probably the first negative team talk I've done of the entire series, to be fair. But we are off and underway. So away at the Liberty. We're still playing the similar style to what we were doing last year. I think we're retaining possession a lot more this year because now I've got better passes of the ball. That plays a nice ball through the gap there to Weiser, and he's cutting inside. The fullback's going to be crucial for us this year now. They're so much better. Sergio's got to get there before Roque Mesa, and he does. He knocks out to Arnautovic, who's been in good form, but he gets beaten by Carl Norton, which is something that no player should really have to say. Oh, good. Mesa's played the ball over to Jordan Ayew, and he knocks it just wide. Roque Mesa again picking up the ball. He's been absolutely all over me in these opening minutes. It's gone out to Andre Ayew, not Jordan. And we just keep blocking everything, but it just keeps falling to Swansea players, and I'm not particularly happy with the start we've made here. Gazelle knocks it to Rui Diaz. New players, same old issues, being beaten at the near post. And apparently we move up a position. Interesting, I like that. And you can see here, Vegan plays a nice ball on the line. Gazelle just prances through, knocks it to Rui Diaz, and Danny Ward's got to have... Timo Horn would have saved that. Timo would have saved that, Danny. I was almost looking forward to today. Nothing's happening. I say that, it's a highlight. Is it for us though? No, of course not, because Jack Wilshere spanks it against the Swansea defender. And it falls to Gazelle. He plays a nice ball through to Jordan Ayew. Good save from Danny Ward. He can save him if they're 2 yards away from him. That is good to know. I gotta tell them that I'm not happy. We have been the better team, but I'm not gonna. Well, we haven't created anything. Anatovich is coming off. Hazard's coming on, and we have the first highlight of the second half, I think. Yeah, Sergio knocks it to Longa. He plays the ball to Noble. Nice ball to Dom Solanke. Now, what can he create? Nice ball out to Hazard. A little bit in front of him, but we can deal with that. Hazard knocks it in. Solanke! Oh, I didn't. I splashed all the money on a striker. Big old Andy Carroll is coming on. I can see it coming already. Rui Diaz. Oh, good. And Danny Ward's positioning is questionable. Great save. His positioning was questionable though. He just ran out. I have no idea where he was going. Jordan Ayew as a free header. Don't know if anyone fancied marking him. Clearly not. I'm going to go attacking. We're going to risk it for a biscuit. It's not like last year now, because we have obviously got a new chairman. I can't fall back on what I achieved last year to help keep me safe. Now I need to actually... Oh God, no. Gazelle whips the ball in, it's well cleared, and Vegan smacks it right over the top. Perhaps he saw some meat. Lanzini's had a poor game as well. We're gonna go a bit weird, and we're gonna go 2 up top. And there's a highlight straight away, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Borja Baston picks the ball up. Gazelle, who's literally been following my side all day, we've just let him control it. It's gone to Baston. He's at the bar. This has been woeful from us. Have we had a shot? We had Dom Solanke heading over. That's literally all I've seen. Come on, boys. We're going to the diamond. 4-4-2 diamond. Time ebbs away. We've got 15 seconds. It's fair. Nothing's going to happen from it. Carol to Oliveira. Jack! I don't believe that. Sums up the first game really. Jack Wilshere smashes a good shot right into the face of Torgan Hazard, and that brings the end to the first game of the season. Good, excellent. I'm going to tell them they were unlucky. I don't mean it. They were shit. Striking is going to be a problem this year. That was really bad. Marko Arnautovic is out for 4 to 6 days. Apparently Keane is finding it tough. I'm finding it tough watching it. Anyway, that'll bring the end to today's episode, the first of season 2. It's been a bit humbling. We all started off with such joy and excitement at what we were going to be able to turn around, and I bring you that. All I can do is apologise. I'm pretty sure we can get past Ferreira, so I don't think we need to see that. We'll come back for the games against... Let's go to the new promoted team. So the first games we're going to see are against Sheffield Wednesday and Middlesbrough. If there's a Europa League game before that, which I don't think that there is, but if there is one before that, we'll come back for that. Maybe that'll be between the Watford and Sheffield Wednesday games. So we'll work it out as we go, but for the minute, let's go with Sheffield Wednesday away and Middlesbrough at home. Hopefully by then we'll have picked up some points in the league. Well, having said that, we've got Palace at home, who are 4th in the league, and United away, so I'm not making any promises. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe, and until I see you again, stay cool.